feel like your reels are just taking up way too much of your time, or that you're in the weeds every single week trying to come up with post ideas, we've got your back with a simple process that's not just a time saver, but also cranks up the quality of your content. Hi there, and welcome to our channel. I'm Subi Zimmerman.
And I'm Morgan Sutton. We're the team behind The Instagram Expert. Sue and I have guided thousands of women on making money with Instagram. And today we're helping you take those first steps to make your Reels game strong.
Yeah, Reels are like your secret weapon for growing your business on Instagram. Video is super engaging, and Reels have great placement on the app. And often we have more reach than your regular post and your stories. And today we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of building a process specifically for creating Reels for your business.
Getting clear on what your commitment is to Instagram and making a few key decisions about your posting schedule can really pay off big time. As a business owner who has so many roles, without concretely defining what you have to create on social media, you'll probably end up feeling like you're caught on a hamster wheel, feeding the social media machine that always needs more and more and more. So with our clients in our pro program and on our trainings, we always kick off the planning process with a few key questions. And here's the first one, which is how many reels can you realistically create each week?
This is critical stuff, peeps. Consistency is absolutely the key when it comes to posting on social media. And it's so important to commit to a schedule that is going to work for you, that you can realistically manage. And it's just better to post fewer times a week and show up reliably than to just post and ghost.
It's such an important point, Sue, because I think like consistency is key, is like what we just say over and over again. And so you can kind of get numb to that instruction, but think about your own user experience, right? Now the algorithm and the search engine, it's so smart. So it finds the right people if your content has all the right stuff in it, right? And I find that I really enjoy content from accounts that I like don't even follow because the algorithm just shows me to them so regularly. And then eventually enough times, 2-3 times I see it, then I'm like, oh, I like them. Let me hit the follow button. So that consistency is what allows someone to build that recognition of your account and of your content. And without it, you're not gonna gain that follower, that the trust, the sale that you need.
It's so funny that you say that, Morgan, because, I get suggested certain accounts to follow consistently. And I have actually not only followed those accounts that were suggested, but I've purchased products from those accounts that were suggested to me. So this is all part of the magic of Instagram.
Second, it's crucial to maintain balance between quality and quantity of posts. High quality, relevant content is more likely to engage your audience than a large quantity of low quality posts. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that high production is required for high quality or that every post should take you hours to create, but it does mean that your post should be tailored to your audience, should show them something that they want to see, and should be optimized with all the right pieces.
Finally, know that you will eventually want to plan for a variety of content types and different themes. So whether it's educational, promotional, engaging, or entertaining, this is really going to help keep your audience interested in your content and more engaged in your content. And there's different types of reels, and reels will probably not be the only posts that you're creating. So when determining what you are going to commit to, it's also important to consider how much effort and time you want to put into creating that content comfortably.
Yeah, Sue, I'd love to show them. So when we say like different formats of reels, like for example, on our account, there are reels where we like have to come and talk to the camera, you prepare a script, like maybe you have some screen recordings of it involved, right? But then there are also reels that take like literally 4 seconds to record, right? You set up your phone on your tripod, you walk across, and this reel gets as much attention, right? As long as it has the right hook, CTA, content optimized for your audience. So when you're thinking about that, that's what we mean by different formats, is you can do a couple of different styles, and it's just about what time you have available, right? So with our pro clients, we really suggest starting just 3 times a week if you're brand new to Instagram, if you've never been consistent on the platform before. If you have more experience and have the bandwidth to create more, great. But for so many of our clients, when you're learning all the mechanics parts of the actual app. And when you're learning a new process, it's just most important to start. So go ahead, put in the comments below this video, how many number posts are you going to start with per week? 2, 3, 4? We want to see you declare that part of your plan below.
I was going to say, and when you write it, you're like training your brain to say yes to that commitment.
Definitely. And then once you've decided that, you can go on to question number 2.
Yes. And this one is really important. What days are you going to be posting? So maybe it's twice a week, like Monday and Wednesdays, so that you can handle the engagement and the comments and make sure that your audience feels supported. So choose days that work for you, and don't forget to share those reels in your stories.
So this is when we start putting together like this posting calendar plan. With our clients, we use a simple PDF doc. It looks a little bit like this. And the first thing that they decide is how many posts are they going to do per week? And then they end up circling or highlighting the days that they're going to be posting. And this is important because you're probably doing a lot of different things in your business. And so you want to control what days make most sense for you, right? When you have other commitments or when you can give a little bit of attention to the Instagram app.
We found that with our clients that are my age, who did not grow up with a phone in their face, did not grow up with social media, this is the best first step, is just simply to decide what schedule is going to work for you. And there is really just so much to learn when you are first trying to understand what to post and how to post. And so if we're overcomplicating things, it can mean that you end up just quitting. We don't want you to quit before you even start and get results.
Exactly. And that's why making the commitment reasonable at first is just the most important thing. Now, on to question 3. What's question 3, Subi?
What type of reels will you actually make?
This is a really good one because there are so many options to create on Instagram, right? There's so many different designs and formats and way to go. But picking and sticking to a few simple formats is really something that can decrease your decision fatigue.
Yeah, so we split reels into 2 different types for our students. Reels with original audio, like talking directly to the camera, and reality reels with Instagram audio.
And we've found that an account can get a good amount of traction just by starting with these 2 formats.
So you can mix it up to present your business in many different ways to attract your viewers, but deciding briefly a format can really help you get posting faster. Maureen, do you want to share what that could look like?
Yeah, so there's a ton of different formats that you can play with on Instagram, right? What we are talking about is doing something simple first, just like this. There's no scripting, there's no talking, but there is a Instagram audio connected. So see at the bottom of the screen where it says Russell dancing upsman. Someone did an audio that's now trending that we used in a reel. This is different than this kind of reel where there's a script involved, a tutorial that Sue had to prepare and record. It's a little bit longer, right? And so that's when we're talking about original audio. Okay. So if this is brand new to you, we're going to be doing more on audio in a future video. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed and ring the bell below here so that you are notified when that video comes out.
So once your schedule is set, you post what days and what types of format, then you're ready to really move into more clarity and get more organized when you're posting. So you're going to be able to batch these posts and make more than just one at a time and work so much faster. And time is money.
Exactly. And I think it's so many clients that we've met, they get anxious about batching, get anxious about making multiple at a time for whatever reason. Maybe they're like, my creativity hasn't struck, or I don't know, something causes that resistance. But whenever they get into it, they just find that there's so much more space in your day. You're able to give more attention to other aspects of your business. And also each post can be optimized better because you're in that zone where you're making sure that all the elements are there. So we highly suggest batching. And now you've completed the first step. You've answered these 3 core questions and set your schedule.
And that's when you're able to show up on Instagram way easier than ever before. Like we said, consistency is key to getting followers and buyers from Instagram. And to do that, your posting plan has to work for you and it has to fit into your life.
And that's just the start. So if you're eager to explore more ways to get customers from Instagram in just a few hours per week, check out our free training. We've got the link available for you in the description below.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you on our next video, which is going to drop really soon.